Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. We should be live. I'm just making sure that we're all set to go. Wow, y'all. You guys have been eating up my. Oh, I don't sound that good. You guys have been eating up my VS Code tutorials like nobody's business. You guys have been totally eating these things up to the point of me getting about 50 emails in the last day or two. And it's been absolutely ridiculous. Hold on. I actually put myself on the wrong microphone. Just give me 1 second, folks, because I actually sound like absolute crap. Let me go ahead and fix that. But you guys have been giving me absolutely a lot of emails, and I decided because I've gotten so many emails, it's been so ridiculous. Nothing wrong with sending me so many emails. It's just, you know, there we go. It's just that I can't respond to all of these emails. It's a good problem to have. So I decided I was going to create a Q&A, ask me anything about programming and tech. Sorry, programming and finance, rather. And tech, of course. And you guys can go ahead and ask me questions. Well, what else I'm going to do, oh my gosh, is I'm going to go ahead and answer questions that I've gotten in my email. And we're going to go ahead and get this party started. So is anyone watching? Go ahead and say hi. Before I get started, thank you guys for the subscribers. I've been streaming a lot and it's been really helpful. So thank you guys and keep going. Subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get up to 500 by the end of the month. So I really hope it can be done. Please, please, please subscribe if you're not. And if you are, share it with your friends. Again, I'm trying to get my channel up. All right. Enough of the PSA. Let's see. All right, so we have a couple people watching. Again, if you're here, go ahead and say hi. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and start reading off questions from my email. So we have a whole bunch of questions from David Miller. He asks, let's see, let me find them. Okay, I'm literally reading these out of my email. Okay. Let's see. Did I do a WX Python presentation or another Python presentation? That is correct. I did, David. I did a series where Michael is teaching me Python on my channel. It's called Programming Accessibly, and you can find it in my YouTube channel under the live tab. We have 2 episodes now, so watch those if you want to know more about Python. Let's see. Do I do anything with linters for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Or Codeflow Matters? I don't, David. I don't do anything with those. Slint. I mean, I do set it up, but I don't know anything about any of those. I mean, I do some JavaScript and HTML. Y'all, I'm a hobbyist programmer, right? I don't do programming for my day job. I'm just kind of a hobbyist, but I just kind of do it when I feel like it. So, yeah, I don't have any of those formatters at the moment. Software, Quicken or QuickBooks for budget management. So, David, I did a video on my channel a while ago talking about QuickBooks and how you probably shouldn't do it for a budget. Basically, because QuickBooks is more of a it's more of a business tool, and doing it for a personal budget is kind of silly. Quicken, I've never actually messed with. The only software that I know of that's accessible for budget management for personal is Mint. It's made by Intuit. So I'm not sure about Quicken. I need to mess with it. If it's still around, I'm sure it is. But I really think that I recommend Mint, although there's been people that have problems with their backend connection for their banks. So that's some questions on that front. Either personal for small business. For small business, David, I recommend QuickBooks. Of course, I'm using NVDA as well. I've got a question about setting up a LLC under Social Security. So let's go ahead and get some things in order here. Number 1, I do not work for Social Security and I do not pretend that I work for Social Security. Number 2, I am not a Social Security lawyer or someone who's credentialed with Social Security. I have been on Social Security, but I don't rely on it for my primary source of income. Okay, now that we get that out of the way, how will having an LLC affect my Social Security? Well, David, an LLC can affect your Social Security. It's kind of treated as like you're owning a share, right? So typically, having an LLC can negatively impact your Social Security because of the amount of money you make. Now, having said that, if you're self employed, I talk about this all the time, and I'm going to repeat myself again. If you're self employed, you need to save money for taxes. Why is that? Because self employment taxes can bite you in the butt, literally. So, what that means is that you're going to be making money for your LLC for software development and server management. Okay, great. So, you're going to be having clients and you're going to be charging them money. But in the meantime, you're also going to have operating expenses. And so, really, what you need to do is keep great records. So, when I created my LLC, it negatively impacted Social Security because I was making my LLC into my primary source of income, and I was actually making a lot of money on that LLC. Of course, I'm not going to go ahead and put in specifics here because that would be a little bit, I don't want to share all my personal finances on this channel. But I was making a significant amount of income on my LLC. So, therefore, what that meant is I needed a way to be able to have Social Security. But again, I kind of grew out of Social Security. And I also had unemployment at that time because that's when I had my job loss from my university and all that fun stuff. So, negatively impacting Social Security could happen. But also, really, what you have to do when you report to Social Security is you need to report your net self employment income. What does that mean? Your self employment income after your deductions. Okay? So let's work out an example. I have my QuickBooks, well, not my QuickBooks open. I've got a spreadsheet open right here. So let me go ahead and look at this. So let's say you've got a software company, David, and you have expenses. Let's say you buy a new computer for $2,000. Great. Put that computer under your assets and say that you have $2,000, right? And then let's say that you buy some new office equipment for $600. Okay, that's $2,600 of deductible expenses that you can deduct on your taxes when you do self-employment. Okay. Then let's say that you have another expense, maybe for your own server. Maybe you have a $50 server expense, $2,650 per year, right? Or whatever. Sorry, per month, but So when you add up all your expenses, the number you're going to report to Social Security is the number after your expenses, okay? So after your expenses is when you're going to report to Social Security. Now, if you have to pay quarterly taxes, which I recommend so that you can make sure you don't bite yourself in the butt with the IRS at the end of the year, those will also be deductible because your taxes are deductible on your taxes. Right? Your tax payments are deductible on your taxes. It just makes sense. So, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we deduct our self-employment taxes, we deduct all of our expenses, we actually deduct things in the first place. And there's a whole list of things that can be deductible. But we deduct everything that we can, and then from there, what we do is we go ahead and do our Social Security for the month. Now, because you're self-employed, when they ask you at the end of the year for all of your W-2s or income verification, typically what you have to provide them is all your 1099s. Now, you're going to ask me, what's a 1099? Great question. A 1099 is a form that self-employed people get when they work for a client and they work as an independent contractor. What's an independent contractor? An independent contractor is someone who does not work for a company as an employee. Therefore, they don't get any benefits such as paid time off or sick time, or they don't get taxes withheld from their paychecks. And so a 1099 contractor must pay self-employment taxes, and then also get a 1099 at the end of the year, okay? So that means that when you go ahead and start a contract and you're a contractor, typically you have full control of everything that you're doing, and that the employer, meaning that your client in this case, right? So they are the ones that will be sending you a 1099. Let's use the example of my friend, right? I got a great podcast editor that I pay monthly to edit my podcasts. They're not an employee of TFS, Taylor Financial Services. That's my company, by the way. They're not an employee of TFS, but they're a contractor that I contracted out, and I pay them through my payroll, QuickBooks, for my contractors, right? So they're not an employee, but I pay them so that they can edit my podcast every week. And at the end of the year, they're going to get a 1099 form, and they're going to go ahead and put that under their business, okay? So that's an example. Same thing here, David. You're going to get a 1099 from your client or from any other services that you work on, Upwork, Fiverr, blah, 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 blah. So that is a long-winded answer. Let me know if you have questions. I know it's a lot, but let me know because I can answer. Also, if anyone's interested in how to be self-employed in 2023, let me know because I might do a stream on that or a video. Let me know. Let me know. So, any other questions? Is anyone watching me right now, or are you guys just bored because of Social Security stuff? Because I understand Social Security is boring. So let me know if you guys are bored, or let me know what you're talking about here. Let me know if you're in the chat as well. I'm just making sure that I'm streaming properly. All right. Let's see. Alexi says, yes, I'm interested in being self-employed in 2023. Great. Okay. Would you prefer a live stream on this question or a video? I want to answer that next. A live stream or a video. And again, just as a full transparency, folks, I do have a W-2 income, right, for my full-time job right now. W-2, simple tax term, means that I have a full-time employer, that they pay me, they take taxes out, I get retirement, all that fun stuff. 1099, you don't get all that. So if you're interested in how to be self-employed in 2023, let me know. No preference. Okay. And thank you, Alexi. I don't think I've seen you on my channel before, so if you're new, go ahead. I appreciate you guys coming on. And yeah, I love doing this. So if you guys are here, I've been streaming like crazy lately because you know what? There's just been nothing else to do. But frankly, I've had a lot going on in my life right now with the whole apartment flooding and all that stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just stream a lot. You know, it's just my stress relief. So if you like me streaming a lot and you think it's great, go ahead and like it, share it with your friends, do all the same. So any other questions? I've got more questions from the email, but I want to see if I have more questions from the chat. And apparently I have questions from my phone. That's funny. Okay. I'm just checking my Twitter because I might get questions on Twitter too. Let's see. Oh, also another question from David. Do you know of a lawyer? David, I don't know of a lawyer. Neither do I want to discuss legal on this channel. Awesome. So, yeah, so David, I don't know of a lawyer, but here's the thing. If you're going to find a lawyer, here's what you need to look for. Number one, because I've had to look for a lawyer, not for personal stuff, but for other things. Business specifically. Number one, try to get a lawyer in your state. Why? You can get lawyers in other states, but a lawyer in your state will be very helpful and they'll know the state laws. Because every state has different laws. Y'all know this if you're in the US, right? Texas has different laws than Michigan. I found that out. Well, I didn't find that out easily, but I'm just saying, like, as an example, Texas has different renters laws than Michigan does. You know, for tenants and landlords, vice versa. That's just a simple example. So, the thing is that what you need to do is you need to look for a lawyer in your state. Now, a lot of lawyers will charge extra. They'll charge extra, but they'll charge a lot of money. Lawyers are not cheap. So what I recommend doing is, depending on your income level, there are different programs that you could take advantage of that can help you be able to get a lawyer at an affordable cost to you. They're subsidized. There's like, I don't know, I think it's in Texas, it's called Texas Legal Aid. I don't know what it's called in your state. Frankly, I don't know where you live, David. But figure out if there's programs that can help you if you're low income. And if you're not, you know, again, I just like to say that because I don't know where anyone's coming from here. And then also try to find a lawyer through, referrals, ask your friends, right? If you can't find it that way, what I do is there's a service called Legal Shield, and that's a great way to find a lawyer in your state. They'll match you up with a law firm. You can ask different questions. They charge you about $49 a month, plus any consulting fees, and they have like a 25% off their hourly rate. Legal Shield's a great service. Michael recommended me to them because the Austin Lighthouse uses them. So if you want to get a lawyer and you can't find one any other way, Legal Shield's a great way to go for. So, Legal Shield, or finding one friends and family. But no, David, I don't know a lawyer that can help you because I don't know what state you're in. Okay. And plus, I don't want to have to get into all your personal business. Also, if you have an employer, sometimes they do have legal counsel that you can get a hold of through like your benefits. So check that out as well. All right. Do I have any other questions in the chat before I go ahead and go on to more email questions? Because I've got a crap ton of email questions, but I want to see what anyone has in chat. Let's see. I told you this was going to be a mixed bag of everything. So, all right, let's see what else I have here. I've got more questions from other people. I don't even know who's here. Everyone is basically just saying that they're loving my VS Code tutorials and they want more. Okay, great. I'll try to do more VS Code tutorials. And I'm also doing a lot of financial stuff, so everyone else is asking me about, can I help them with their taxes? No, not yet. So I am not a credentialed tax preparer, folks. What that means is that I'm not licensed to do taxes. Now, technically, anyone can do taxes, okay? So you could just open up a PTIN, Paid Preparer Tax Identification, and you could be like, I just opened up my tax shop, and I don't have to have any education. But if you guys know me, I'm very ethical, and so I don't do anything unless I am properly trained to do so. And that includes tax returns because it's very sensitive financial data, and if I make a mistake, it could be very bad for either party. Therefore, I'm not doing tax returns for clients unless, well, obviously they're really friends, deep friends, right? But also when I get certified. So I'm planning next year to become an EA, enrolled agent, where I can, no, I'm not going to be working for the IRS. We're going to get that straight right now. I am going to help with taxes. Basically, it's a certification through the IRS. And what it does is it allows me to prepare taxes. So I'm not a CPA, certified public accountant, but I'd be an EA, enrolled agent, where I would help prepare taxes, but I would be certified through the IRS and federal government instead of the states where CPAs are certified from. And I couldn't ensure the validity of companies' financial statements because that's something that a CPA can do. They can sign off on things, but an EA can't. So I'm going to become an EA, and that way I can go ahead and prepare taxes. So hopefully next tax season, folks, I'll be able to answer tax questions and prepare your taxes. So be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about that. Okay. I got a whole bunch more tax questions, and guys, I'm not answering tax questions on stream. Okay? So I'm not answering personal tax questions on stream because first off, I don't want to have to go into your business on stream. And second off, it's only going to apply to you. Now, if it's a general thing like, oh, how do I do this 1099? Sure, then fine. But I'm not going to answer tax questions on stream. That's just not happening. And plus, I'm not credentialed to either. So, therefore, I'm not answering tax questions. Okay, so even though I got like 20 tax questions. So if you guys send me tax questions, I really appreciate it, but I'm not doing those right now. Because, again, I'm not certified. All right, so, but I appreciate you thinking about me. All right, let's see what else we have. All right. Anyone in chat? I just want to make sure. All right. I'm pulling up some more questions. Let me see. If you got questions, throw them in chat. All right, so let's do this. I've got a couple questions asking me if I am going to do some more tutorials. The answer is yes. Guys, this channel, and here's the thing. I'm going to be very, very, very open and honest. So I love finances and I also love programming. But you know what? Finances and tech have a lot in common. My channel aims to bridge the gap between finances and tech. I want to show you guys how you can code if you're financial people. And I also want to show you guys how knowing finances and stuff, that's also a great skill. So I love both of these things. This is my channel. So I can post whatever I want. Okay? I'm just going to say that right now. I can post whatever I want. And so I'm going to be doing a channel that's focused on both programming and finances. Okay? So that's how this channel is going to work. And I'm super excited that I'm going to be doing all this because I love programming. I love doing it as a hobby. And I love programming to automate things. Love doing that. All right. What else do we have, guys? Throw it at me. Throw it at me. So I want to ask a polling question in chat. How many of you guys in chat right now are self-employed? Just say yes if you're self-employed. I want to try to do a polling question. I'm going to try to make this very interactive. So how many of you guys are self-employed in any capacity? I don't care if you're full-time self-employed or you have a side hustle. How many of you guys are self-employed? Okay. Let's see what other questions I have. Oh, this is a great one. Explain to me the difference between speech to text and text to speech. Okay, so I was on a webinar yesterday, and I was on this webinar, and they said that speech to text is for blind people, meaning voice control. So I want to get something straight right now. So voice control is technically not for blind people. Voice control is a feature of the iPhone or other devices where you can speak and you can be able to make your device be controlled that way. The voice control feature is actually not that accessible for blind people because we can't see what's on the screen. Voice control requires us to use the screen and to understand what's going on. So therefore, voice control is actually not what we use. We use a screen reader. So I just wanted to put that out there right now because it's just very interesting, right? So we use a screen reader, which reads the content of the screen, and we still use traditional mechanisms to navigate, such as swiping and flicking and that kind of thing. Now, of course, if you're blind with multiple disabilities, you may use voice control, but I just wanted to put that out there because voice control and screen readers are different. Okay. What else do we got? I'm looking. What else do we have? Let me see. I'm guys, I have so many emails. I'm just trying to sort through everything. All right. I think we've got. Let's see. What else? Okay. Okay. Here's another one that I want to answer. I want to be more accessible. What are the best live captioning companies that I can use? Rev and 3Play Media are my recommendations. So if you want to have live captioning or even captioning of your videos, Rev and 3Play Media are your friends. So, yeah, I love Rev and I love 3Play Media. I like 3Play Media a little bit more, but I do like Rev as well. So check out both Rev and 3Play Media. All right, let's see what else. Okay. What is your day job? I am a web accessibility auditor for a big accessibility firm, and I do screen reader testing of websites, making sure that they're accessible. Okay, what else? Let's see. Any questions in chat, folks? Ask away, ask away. Okay. Let's see. How do I do my taxes? I use TurboTax. It's a great software. It's very accessible. I highly recommend TurboTax, folks. If you need to do your taxes, I recommend TurboTax. Very, very accessible. Might be a little bit more expensive than what you want to pay, but it's very accessible. And If you are only a W-2 employee, you're not going to really pay much in TurboTax because you're not going to have a huge tax return. Excuse me. But if you're self-employed, TurboTax self-employed is a little bit pricey, but you can deduct that off your tax return. Highly recommend it. I don't recommend H&R Block, so don't even go there. They kind of mess with my boyfriend too much, so H&R Block, I don't like you. Plus, y'all, I'm on Twitter, and I'm part of something called Tax Twitter, where all the tax professionals hang out. And we don't like H&R Block as a collective unit, so I kind of fall into that camp. All right, what else? Let's see. Anyone else in chat? Go ahead and say hi. If you don't want to say hi, that's okay too. I just love to know who's around. But let's see. I think. Well, let me see what other questions I've got in my chat, in my email rather. Okay. Yes, here's a good one. Why are you doing this new podcast? Because I want to have a podcast where I talk about my journey as a blind bookkeeper. That's kind of why I'm doing this podcast. I love doing the podcast. I just released the episode earlier today. I didn't do one last week because I had a hectic week and it's just been crazy with the apartment flooding, but hey, we're back. So, let's see. What else? I'm looking through all my emails. I've got so many things here, folks. Okay. Oh, well. Oh, it's just my Slack for work. Nothing to worry about. Okay. I think checking out one more thing. I'm just trying to see what else I have in my chat, but I'm pretty sure I don't have a lot. No, I don't have a lot more in my email, actually. I answered a lot of the questions. So, if you have any more questions, please go ahead and ask me. Because I don't have anything else. Otherwise, let's see. Yeah, if anyone else has anything, let me know. Thank you for liking the video, whoever did. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get up to 5 likes. So please, if you haven't liked the video, do it. And I would be very happy because, again, I'm really trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month, and I want to try to monetize this thing by the end of the year, folks. Please, let's try to do that. Okay, I don't know what else I have to say. Oh, where is Michael's JavaScript presentation? Okay, I'll put that in the chat. So Michael, guys, is my boyfriend. He is a software developer at a company called WayAround, and I'll put them in the chat as well. And he did a JavaScript presentation on his channel, so I'll go ahead and link that in my chat right now. Let's see. I'm checking. Come on, folks, let's do it. Okay. So here's his JavaScript presentation. All right, I'll put this in the chat. There we go. Here's his presentation. Also, subscribe to his channel while you're at it. I'm trying to get him up to 50 subscribers, so please subscribe. Okay. Any more questions? Because I don't have anything else. I'm just waiting. Anything else? Okay, I think. No, I believe that's it, folks. I'm gonna call one more time for questions, but I don't have anything else. So if you guys are around and you guys would like to ask something, I'm gonna give you one more chance, or else I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for tonight. But happy, what is this? Tuesday to y'all, and have a great day. We're gonna talk soon. I'm just waiting to see if I have any more questions, and then I will go ahead and end our video today. Okay, doesn't look like it, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Happy Tuesday, and we'll talk soon. Oh, actually, never mind. Okay, never mind. Alright, so Christian Birdling says, "Hey Taylor, how's life? I'm all moved into my apartment." Christian, life is pretty good. I know that last week we had a little bit of a water damage and flood in our apartment, but otherwise, life is great. So, yeah, I mean, life is great other than the usuals. I know it's a crazy time of year for me, but hey, life is good. All right. Let's see. I'm just kind of waiting for more questions. You know what? I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm just checking. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys are watching, ask questions. I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what else I have. I'm just trying to make sure I got every question in my email. I should have prepared beforehand, but that's me. I'm not preparing. Yes, the Program Accessibly streams are on my channel, and you guys should check them out if you want to learn Python, because I'm learning Python right now by my boyfriend, Michael. He's teaching me Python, and I'm really enjoying it. So, let's see. But folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it for right now. But have a great day, everyone, and we're going to talk soon.